Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 2 is released, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am struggling to sell these 3 boxes. So you know what we're going to do instead? We're going to rip them. So let's go ahead and rip into these 3 boxes of Jujutsu Kaisen and see if we can pull anything above a star. Now, the reason why I'm going to go ahead and rip these is I got them from my distributor. I only got 3 because I'm going to be honest, Jujutsu Kaisen 1, I struggled to sell those boxes too. And we're just going to see if we can get anything cool. I like Union Arena a lot, but I do feel like unless the anime is like super popular, Union Arena is struggling. Like, it is really hard to move Union Arena boxes. A lot of them are selling for like below $50, and I believe Distro Cross for these is anywhere from like 45 to 47. So imagine selling these on TCG Player for 50 as a business, and then you're turning around and having to pay fees and shipping. Businesses that pick up Union Arena right now are currently losing on picking up Union Arena unless it's a really popular set. Like, I know Sword Art Online did pretty well. I know the Bleach sets tend to do pretty well. But something like Jujutsu Kaisen, unfortunately, does not do too well. But we got the Yuji Itadori. Really cool box topper. I don't know how well the box toppers are in terms of, like, value or collectability or playability. But I know that the artworks in this set are pretty cool. I do not know what the triple star is. I did not look into this set before opening it. Maybe I'll remember once I look at the SRs that we pull, because that's mainly where most of the values of these boxes come from. Is there playable SRs? If there is, they usually tend to have more value than a lot of your rare stars. Like the rare stars, a lot of them tend to not hold value. So we're hunting for double stars, foil action points, and most importantly, we're hunting for good SRs, good playable SRs. We got Suguru here, and we got Satoru Gojo. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the guy that you get as a triple star in the set. I might be wrong, but I think it's him. So we'll go ahead and put that down. And our bulk we'll just stack to the side. By the way, for those of you that are interested in bulk, I am going to start summer school after my shift tomorrow. I will have a month available for free to do practically nothing besides lesson planning. So I will have all these bulk cards sorted and listed for those of you to buy on my eBay store as bundles. Like, basically, I'm going to group them into bundles of 100, and you guys can pick them up. So if you guys are interested in bulk from this set, such as this beautiful Mei Mei rare card, you can get it from there. Ooh, that is a really cool looking action point. Look at that. Zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see. That is actually really stunning. I like that action point card. I have never pulled a foil action point from this set. I have pulled 2 Siggies, signature cards for those unaware, but I have never ever pulled an action point from this card game that is foil. So that would be a cool hit to get. A Siggy plus an action point would also be nice. We got Mahito. I actually like that character. And we got, that's a common star of Mahito. I just mentioned how I like this character. I like the text in the background right there. That's really cool. This may be a personal keep. I'm not a big fan of this series, but I do like some of the characters, and I may end up keeping that character. We'll have to wait and see how I feel about it in the end. But hopefully that ain't our only hit of this box, because you can get double hit boxes from Union Arena. Non-existent memories. Udahime. Iso. Suguru. Rico. We got Yuji. Kento Nanami. And Suguru Gito. There we go. Another SR. I'm going to be honest. I think this card game is really slept on, guys. Look how stunning this regular SR looks. Right? I know that that's the one thing that sucks with like TCGs that do like different series as their sets, such as Weiss and Union Arena, is it's harder to get a dedicated fan base that knows every series that you make a set based off of, right? Because sure, Sword Art Online, very well known. Attack on Titan, very well known. Nikkei, very well known. But not everybody is a fan of Jujutsu Kaisen. Not everybody is a fan of Sword Art Online, right? Like, for example, I'm not too familiar with Nikkei. So when that Nikkei set drops, I will not be opening up that set, right? Or really enjoying that set. I may open up one for the content, but think about how many people were like that, right? Maybe some, if you're not interested in building the deck from that series, you may not want to open up the set if you're not a fan of the series, right? So it's all a matter of perspective. Like, think about One Piece, for example, right? No matter how many One Piece sets you buy, it's always going to be from the same franchise. So even if you didn't want to build a deck from that booster box, right? Let's say OP12 drops and you don't have any intention of building a deck from any of the cards in there. You're still going to be able to open the set and get cool One Piece cards if you're a One Piece fan, right? OP13, right? Same with Digimon, right? I got a Wild Survivors, I think it's called. I don't remember the name of the set, but it's the new Digimon set. Anytime you open up Digimon, you're opening up Digimon. Anytime you're opening up Dragon Ball, you're opening up Dragon Ball. But anytime you open up Union Arena, it's always a different series, unless they do, like we're opening up today, a Volume 2 series. So, I don't know, that just kind of a mini rant about Union Arena, because I want this to succeed. But it's like, how do you get people invested in an anime that they've never watched as a card game, right? And that's what makes Union Arena a little bit more niche. It's the same with Weiss, right? If you guys have ever, oh, Mojito, very nice. But it's the same with Weiss, right? There are many franchises that all get Weiss sets based off of them, and I open up Weiss from time to time, but I don't open up everything Weiss, right? Like I'll open up quintessential quintuplets, right? I'll open up Persona 3 Reload, but I'm not opening up Goddess Nikkei, right? There are Y sets that drop. Some of the Bunko sets I do not open up because I don't know any of those series. So I think that's one of the things that makes these sets a little bit harder to buy into. Kento Nanami. I am really digging these SRs in Jujutsu Kaisen. By the way, SRs will most likely go up on PCG Player Friday morning. I usually tend to be the lowest available. So if you're shopping for some of these SRs on release day, Awesome Games on TCG Player is my store name. If you see me, you know you can get a trusted seller. We got Satoru and Jogo. That artwork's very dark, so it's kind of hard to really see what's going on. Maybe the foiling is making it a little bit harder to see too. But so far we got 4 SRs, an action point, and our star, which I believe was the common star. I don't know how many common stars are in this set. Be proud, you were strong. Satoru, Yuji Itadori, and Megumi. That looks really nice too. So it looks like we got yellow, purple, blue, and red cards all in here. I don't know what deck would be the best. Considering that I think the best card we pulled so far is this one right here. It might be red. But that could also just be the most popular character. Alright, let's see. Megumi, Hanami, Panda, Toge, Mojito, Be Proud, Yu, Chozo, Dagon, Black Flash, and Toji Fushiguro. Alright, we got a couple more packs in box number 1 remaining. We still got an action point in this box that can be foil. We still got the chances of a extra hit. I believe we might still have the chance for another SR because you usually get like 5 to 6 SRs per box. So we got Mei. I feel like at least out of these 3 packs, we probably at least got 2 things coming. Hopefully 3 things. Let's see what the third to last pack has. Hanami, Panda, Rabbit Stampede, Mojito, Dagon, Toji, Chozo, Dagon again, Hanami. Oh, that's nice. That is a rare star, a Saguru. So we got our double hit box. That is a clean looking card. Look at the way, like, you see the figure right there in the background, right? But when you turn it, the gold outline just looks so clean. That is such a nice card. Wow. That is an insane hit. Now, since we got a double hitter box, I don't know if we got a chance at a foil action point now. Like, I don't know if the foil action point takes the place of the second hit or if you can get 2 hits and a foil action point. But I feel like we also might have an SR still. Megumi. All right. So our last pack of box number 1. Box number 1 heater so far. But we definitely got an action point in the back because we got the white background. We got Yu, Iso, Okinawa Trip, Misato, Domain Expansion, Atsuya, Jogo, Satoru, Kento, and another really sick looking action point. I think this one, I have not seen all the action points, but I think this one would be a really clean action point to get as a foil. I don't know if that is the best action point because for some reason, some of these action points in Union Arena tend to do so much more than other action points, and I have no idea why. Like, I don't know the card game well enough to understand why one action point does better than others. I always assume it's the artwork or the character that's on the action point that makes the difference. All right, so let's go ahead and get our box topper open. Now, if you've watched this far into the video, this is where you can go ahead and comment your favorite of the 3 box toppers that we opened today and claim one of them for a chance to win it. So if you like the Nabura, the Yuji, or whatever one's in this box, comment down below and one lucky commenter will win their box topper of their choosing. So you could choose the most valuable. You could choose the one you might need for deck building if you play. You could choose the one of your favorite character if you're just a Jujutsu Kaisen fan. It is up to you, okay? Hopefully, one of y'all get the favorite character. But let's go ahead and see what box number 2 contains. Let's hope we got a Siggy in here. We got Black Flash. And we got another hit. And that one looks cool too. This is an uncommon star of Satoru. That looks sick. Unfortunately, unlike the one we seen earlier with the gold in the background, this one doesn't have the gold. So like the background image, he doesn't have an outline that kind of reflects. That's unfortunate. Like, it would have been really cool to have that like gold type of image. But I'm not going to complain. That's a pretty cool hit. Now, once again, we are always going to hope that we get some bigger hits. I am going to go ahead and just grab our last few cards. We're going to skip past bulk for the rest of the opening. I know you guys don't want to sit through all that bulk. But, hey, there we go. We got the SR Satoru again. Duplicate SRs are always nice, especially if we can get the playable ones as duplicates. Like, when you open up multiple boxes in a sitting, the cards you want to see multiples of when it comes to SRs are your beautiful playable cards. So we got Sakura, Rico, Yuji, and Yuji. All right. Let's go ahead and grab Megumi, Domain Expansion, Jogo, Satoru, Black Flash, and Toji. That looks pretty nice. Last few. We got Kokichi, Yui, Toji. And we got another hit with Megumi. That is an uncommon star as well, but that one looks sick. I love the background on this. Ooh. Now, I may just rip open all these packs and flip through the hits. Because we got 2 hits in this box as well. So, the chances of us getting anything else might be pretty low. So, let's see. We are going to get our 2 action points as well. So, maybe there is a foil action point. One can hope that there's a foil action point. Because I think that's what everybody would be hoping for as a opener in this situation. Like, getting our Siggy is probably impossible. Because I'm certain the signature card replaces one of these star hits. But I have never seen a triple hit box from these sets. So, all right. Massive mega pack of this set. Let's go ahead and flip through and find our foils. Our first set of foils are Suguru and then Chozo. Our next set of foils will be Mahito. And then we got Yuji, our first SR. Ultimate Mechamaru Mode Absolute. That is a name. And then Megumi. We got Jogo. And then we got Yuji. So let me go ahead and sleeve up this Yuji. Our next stack of cards. We got Suguru and Megumi. Looks like our next action point is coming up. We got Chozo. And then we got another action point. I believe this is a duplicate of the one we already pulled. So I'll just put it on top right there. We got an SR coming up with Satoru. I don't know if that's a duplicate, but nice nonetheless. Let me see. Satoru, did we pull you? No, I think we only pulled the... Oh, there's 2 Satorus. That's why I'm thinking we pulled them. Because you got yellow Satoru and then you got red Satoru. Okay. All right, last few. Let's see if we got anything good out of here. We have Mei and Kento. Ultimate Mechamaru again. And Nobara. I think that's new. Suguru. And Kento. Okay, we got a Kento. And then we got our action point, which is not a duplicate. That's a new action point. So a couple of nice hits to end off the box. Let's go ahead and sleeve these bad boys up. Just going to have like a mega stack of hits down here. And then we got our last box. Let's go ahead and get everything open and enjoy. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the top-down view a little bit better. I feel like the lighting looks better when we do the top-down view. There's not as much of a glare on the cards or a shadow blocked from my mic. Then we also end up in a scenario where everything looks good. So Kokichi is our last box topper. So remember to drop those comments down below. Now with that being said, let's go into these packs. Back 3 or back 4. Rico, Yuji, and then we got, what is this? A rare star of Suguru Gito. I like the texture on that. It's got like a glass shatter effect. Really nice. So far, we have been hitting. This could be bad, but remember, we're doing a small sample size. But we have hit a hit from the top of the box, all 3 boxes. Like, there has been no like build up to these hits. Black Flash. So we're gonna hope that that's not the case with this set, that it cannot be mapped. Just remember, guys, if that is the case, to always buy from your trusted sellers. You don't ever want to end up in a situation where you buy packs that have been searched. Kento, Atsuya, Mahito, and Aoi. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not too familiar with that character. AOI. Like, I feel like that would be Aoi. But then I'm sounding like a 2-year-old saying, I got an Aoi. Rico, Kento, and Mahito. So, y'all gotta let me know down in the comments how to pronounce that character's name. Maybe I am pronouncing it correctly and I'm just second guessing myself. That is a badass artwork. Sukuna, Prison Realm, Shoko, Nobara, Jogo, and Yuji. I feel definitely the bottom half of our box is going to be very SR heavy. Because we're already like at the halfway point and we've only gotten one hit from this box. Nobara, Maki, Yuji. All right, let's see. Rainbow. This ain't Yu-Gi-Oh! Rainbow Dragon. Where are the Crystal Beasts? Mahito. Kokichi. Yui. Satoru. And then Yuji again. All right. We're starting to see all of our SRs now. We have yet to see an action point, by the way. Kento, Atsuya, Jogo, Ultimate Mech Maru, and Sukuna. Is that our first Sukuna blue? I think so. I don't think we have seen the Sukuna card yet. Yui, Shoko, Kento, and Megumi. All right. Is that our first Megumi SR? No, we pulled Megumi earlier. Interesting. We have yet to see any of our action points. We got something back here, guys. So that means we got 3 double hitter boxes. And we're going to end with the Rare Star of Satoru Gojo. Got that little gold stamp on it. That's pretty cool. I don't know where any of these high rarity cards sit in terms of value, but man, oh man, getting 3 double hitter boxes is nice. We still got 4 packs left, and we have yet to pull the Suguru. We have yet to pull our action points. So that means we're going to have 2 action points in these 3 packs. So our first action point is going to be this beautiful piece of art. Nice. And that means our last pack is going to have an action point. This pack's just got a Suguru at the end. All right, so we're going to slow roll this last pack, see if we can maybe get a foil action point. That's going to be the only thing we can get. As you can see, action point in the back. We got Nobara, Megumi, Misato, Chozo, Curse Technique, Kogai, Be Proud, Kento, Yu Habara, Chozo, Satoru, and the cool artwork, but non-foil. Womp womp. But you know what? 3 double hitter boxes is very nice. Really cool hits. Overall, it's a pretty fun set to open. Now, I'm not really going to review this set because I'm not a huge fan of this series, right? There are some really cool looking cards in here. The SRs are of a nice quality. Like, the texturing on these cards is pretty clean. They look nice. But I don't know anything about, like, the characters. I don't know who's a fan favorite, who's not a fan favorite. If the people you were chasing are worth pulling, that sort of thing. I couldn't give you that feedback, right? Now, I can say the card design looks nice. I could say that the artworks look stunning. The characters look really cool. And the few characters I do know, they got some really awesome looking cards. but that's the best I can give you in terms of feedback, guys. So I'm not going to rate the sit. I want you guys to go down in the comments below and rate the sit yourself and let me know what your thoughts and opinion on this sit are. And with that being said, guys, remember to make your comment for your chance to win that card that I mentioned earlier in the video. And as always, remember to keep it classy and stay awesome.